As nice as it looks, we've still got aircraft leaving this. There isn't cloud, folks. Not in the conventional sense that you know it is cloud. But I don't want to go on about that. I'm continuing trying to publish a book a month, maybe a book every couple of months. But I'd need people's help. The next book, I want to try and do a book for next year now to do with vaccine injury, vaccine adverse effects, vaccine damage. And I need people's stories, folks. I want the stories so that the people of the future can get an understanding of what took place, which we've done with the scamdemic, and before then, you know, the history of these fucking vaccines, folks, that are not safe and not effective at all, and by any standards, they are weapons of mass destruction. They're not vaccines. But anyway, what I'm after is anyone that's got a story that we can relate to people of the future to stop them having these things and maybe help them to get it stopped at some point, because it's not going to stop immediately now in my lifetime. I know it's not, and I've accepted that. I'm too old to see them changes, folks, but I can be a part of instigating that change sometime in the future. So what I want is as many people as possible. If you've got a story, no matter how short, you know, if you know someone that's been injured and they want to write what's happened to them, if you've got any evidence or any proof, if it's happened to you, and you don't have to make it too long, you know, but if you can just, you know, write it honestly, what's happened, how you were coerced, how were you bullied into these things, whether it was through work, through the doctors, through the TV and the medias, through government, and any regrets, you know, things like that, folks. Because to date now, over 30 million people worldwide have died alone, just have died from what took place since 2020, yeah? And that's a hell of a lot, yeah? And then we've got the millions of people now with the respiratory illnesses from off of it. We've got the people that have got myocarditis, pericarditis, or myopericarditis, which is a mixed of the two. People with cancers off it, which is affecting even my family. You know, and if you've got stories about how you were in denial and now you admit that yes, something was wrong, you know, if you want to write it in poetry, and we must be able to do a beautiful, stunning truth book, folks, because there's enough fucking people been injured. We all know people, and there's no excuse really for me not being able to be inundated with as much information as possible. But sadly, every time I ask, you know, people will immediately get in touch and say, yeah, I'll write something, I'll offer something. Even experts have done that, and then they don't follow it up. Or they're asking for financial gain for their contribution, which I can't give because I don't make any financial gain from any of it. We publish these books, yeah? We write them up, we edit whatever needs to be edited. Anyone that submits their articles, we then PDF file it all, and we simply upload the PDF file to lulu.com, and then lulu.com give us a publishing date, and then we can order copies. Even I've got to pay full whack for the copies. But anyway, these books are published and they're put on for cost only. And I do it, not for the love of it. I hate it. I hate having to do it. But there's a need in me that tells me that at some point in the future, these books, this information, all of it is going to be needed. And that at some point we will be the victors of this fucking worldwide war, yeah, upon the populace. And the victors of war normally write what they call the history of it, yeah? And them histories then are always subject to being altered and faked to tell a narrative that they want people to hear, whereas I don't want to record or tell the history. I want to record and tell our story as it happened, as it took place, the truth and nothing but the truth, folks. So if you've got a story, long or short, I don't care how long it is, how short it is, if you know people and you want to tell their story on their behalf, you know, get in touch, please get in touch. Trying to I'm trying to see where this bloody helicopter is here. There it is. Anyway, the wind's getting up now. Are you okay, dog? He's looking old now, but he's still a beautiful boy. He's still the best friend that I could have, folks. Apart from Debbie, obviously. But it is important that we capture this and all these crimes, folks, and that we retell exactly what took place, what happened, because the injuries just from off of this stuff, never mind all the other stuff, the fluoride and the spraying of the atmosphere and the tainting and repainting of the fucking foods, the additives, etc., the medications and education, folks. You know, I want one big chunky book, and I don't want any excuses of anyone. I want anyone that can write, no matter how shit you think you are at writing. Me and Debbie will sit down and we'll read through it, we'll re-edit it, and we'll make it professional. We will never make you look stupid. We'll make it the best book we possibly can, and your story, with your permission, will be told, and will be told in bold, folks. And he's having a piss now. Right, so we've got another 2 or 3 mile to go now before we get back. Come on, lad. And we get through all these fields now. But look at it, folks. I've tried my best to encourage people to want to cling to the natural, which is beautiful when given a chance, folks, and the blueprint, but sadly that's fallen mostly to deaf ears. People just seem reluctant to want to get involved in what we call true preservation. Yeah, we're not trying to save a frog, we're not trying to save the potato, you know, we're trying to save the blueprint to life, folks. And whether God steps in at some point and gives us salvation is neither here nor there to me. I have a duty now at this particular moment, and I feel that duty. I feel honour bound to that duty. You know, divine intervention could come tomorrow, and even if I were told it's coming for definite tomorrow, I would still persevere in what I'm doing now. I would not stop until the very last moment, because I can't. And like they say, God likes to try, folks. You know, God helps those that help themselves. He doesn't say God helps those that help themselves and then stopped halfway. We've got to go to the fucking finish line, no matter what. I and this lad kid ye not. Lovely, isn't it? It's just a shame that it's been attacked from all sides, from all angles, from up and down and in and out and left, right and centre, folks. And these people that are doing all this, yeah, at some point they've got a new religion prepared, ready for us to cling to, folks. And I think it'll be beyond the climate change religion, folks. Something's coming from them where they're going to have us all turning to this new religion for salvation, folks. And it's completely and utterly diabolical. It will manifest itself as something wonderful, but like everything else that man creates and makes a promise of, turns to shit, and it will. Yeah, if you want divine intervention, folks, then keep going till it comes. You know, and don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by what is coming. This new religion of whatever description, whether it's the climate change or the transhuman nonsense, folks. Already we're seeing these come to the fore. They're telling us, even again now, more and more reports, newer reports are coming out that cow farts and sheep farts are fucking up the ozone layer. It's nonsense. It's made up bullshit, folks. It's complete and utter bullshit. But they want us all off the meat products. They want us on the synthetic shit. Right? And if they don't give a shit about the stuff in existence now, then they don't give a stuff about us neither, folks. And if you look at that last video I put on, you know, whether you're in denial of that particular video or not, then just keep watching it over and over and work out exactly what it's telling you, because everything it's telling you is taking place now, folks. That covenant is not fucking secret. And everything in that covenant is before your very eyes. Yeah, and it should from here on come as no fucking prize. Yep. Kid ye not.